Solar panels, wind turbines and electric cars will go far in helping California and the Biden administration meet their aggressive climate goals, but not far enough. As time runs short, scientists and government officials say the moment to break out the giant vacuums has arrived. The art of industrial-scale carbon removal, sucking emissions from the atmosphere and storing them underground, has long been an afterthought in climate action circles, too expensive, too controversial, too unproven. But as the deadline to avert climate catastrophe barrels nearer, the Biden administration is making the technologies prominent in its plans, and California is scrambling to figure out how to put them to use. It is no small undertaking. Installing sci-fi-type machinery to pull carbon from the air, or divert it from refineries, power plants and industrial operations, and bottle it up deep underground is a monumentally expensive and logistically daunting challenge. It is one climate leaders now have no choice but to try to meet as they race to keep global temperatures from rising more than 1.5 degrees Celsius, the central commitment of the Paris Agreement on climate change, which aims to avert cataclysmic effects. To have any chance of holding warming below that level, you can't do it simply by limiting emissions, said Ken Alex, a senior policy advisor to former California Governor Jerry Brown who now directs Project Climate at the UC Berkeley School of Law. You have to sequester significant amounts of carbon. The recognition has pushed state regulators to start drafting blueprints for what could be one of the larger infrastructure undertakings in California history. Millions of tons of carbon dioxide would need to be captured and compressed into liquid form, at which point it would be either buried throughout the state or converted into materials for industrial uses such as manufacturing plastic and cement. The state is essentially starting from zero. There are no large-scale carbon removal projects operating in California. Pipelines need to be built, vast geological reservoirs deep underground need to be fashioned into carbon dioxide storage facilities, costly new technologies for vacuuming carbon from the air and factories need to be brought up to scale. We need to see some pilot projects and test them out as soon as possible, said Rajinder Sahota, Deputy Executive Officer for Climate Change and Research at the California Air Resources Board. All of the modeling we have says if we don't start investing in a significant amount of this in this decade, we will not be set up to reach California's goal of carbon neutrality by mid-century. The acknowledgement has sparked a surge of interest from investors and energy startups trying to scale up technologies that only recently were considered a money sink. Among the most ambitious are the backers of a process known as direct air capture, through which giant fans suck carbon from the atmosphere.